Hello, I'm Dante Hart, and I'll be showing you if you're having troubles with trying to get MySQL to connect to show as a valid data connection for Visual Studio's 2017. So the first step to do this is if you already have the connector or MySQL for Visual Studio installed, you would want to uninstall them to start over from scratch. First, you'd want to install MySQL for Visual Studio. Make sure it's version 2.0.5. I will put those in the description below. And you just want to hit typical. I've already set this up. Of course, this is the connector, so you don't want to do this first, so we'll hit cancel. The MySQL for Visual Studio and for MySQL connector are pretty much about the same. You just want to hit typical. The MySQL for Visual Studio will take a bit longer. Nothing too intense. The MySQL connector should be very quick though. So now we will install, well, after you finish the two installations, we will create a new Visual Studio project. So create a new project. For this example, I'll be using Visual Basic, Visual C#. They're the same thing. So for this, we'll just name this example. Put it on the desktop for ease of use. Make sure it's a Windows Form app. All right. So now the first thing we're going to do is download and install Entity Framework through NuGet. And we do that by going to the Project tab and going all the way down right here to Manage NuGet Packages. And of course we have nothing installed, so we're going to hit Browse. It should be right here. It should be the third from the top, Entity Framework version 6.2.0 by Microsoft. So we want that. You can click on it. You can install it from this little arrow right here, or if you click on it, you click on this right here. So hit install. Okay, and I accept because we want this. You should see it add a bunch of references, and you should see the output down here. If it's successfully installed, you should see a green arrow here that tells you that it's installed, and you can't download it anymore because you already have it installed. This is where you would go to uninstall it as well, but I can't think of a reason why you would even want to uninstall it. So after that, we have to add references to the MySQL. So by doing that, we'll close this window here, and we'll go inside the Solution Explorer right here, right click on references, and we're gonna add a reference. So as you can see, I already have them here, but for the first time you want to hit Browse, go to your C drive or wherever you have MySQL installed. Well, not MySQL, no, I'm mistaken. Where you've actually installed MySQL for the first time. And you want to go to MySQL connector net 6.9.10. You want to go into assemblies, version 4.5, and the two we want are the MySQL data.dll and the MySQL data entity.ef6, not 5, make sure it's 6.dll. And you click that one and hit add, and you click this one and hit add. You'd have to do that twice. And then once they're added, make sure you click the check marks here. It's very important. And then you hit OK. And now that they're added into references, we have to go to the app.config right underneath it and put them in the providers right here. So underneath providers, we want to add another provider. You see you already have the normal SQL client from a package that I've installed previously. And what you want to type in is provider, invariant name equals MySQL dot data dot MySQL client. And you want to be careful here because these are literals, so I am pretty sure that these are case sensitive. We're not finished here, so make sure you hit enter to make sure the slash and the closing little greater than sign. And now we want to put in the type equals MySQL dot data dot MySQL client dot MySQL provider services. And make sure you type it in exactly as you see it here, because these are the references that we've added earlier, the DLLs. So I'm pretty sure that if you mistyped anything here, you would get an error. All right, and with that, we can Control S to save it, clean the solution, build the solution. We may have to close the form and reopen it again, but here, oh, my bad. We want to hit build and rebuild example. That's how you rebuild the project. So you should get succeeded. And now we go into the Server Explorer. If you don't see your Server Explorer, you can easily bring it up by hitting Control-Alt-S, and it pops up. We want to right-click, add connection, change, and now we can see that MySQL database is added. So we can hit OK. Of course, we all know the cstnt.tstc.edu. Log in with your username and password. Of course, the database name can just be your username. Test the connection. And we get an A-OK from MySQL. We hit OK. And as you can see, I have successfully established a connection on MySQL to where you can have the tables, views, stored procedures, stored functions, UDF, everything you need. So this is how you set up a MySQL connection in Visual Studio. Thank you.